You pick up your phone. You didn't decide to. Your hand just did it. 30 seconds later, you're still scrolling and you can't quite remember what you were looking for. That's strange, isn't it? Because you didn't need anything. Nothing was wrong, and yet something in you reached for the screen like it was food. Here's the uncomfortable part. That reach is 2 million years old. Long before there were phones, there were forests. And in those forests, your ancestors were not built to relax. They were built to search. Search for fruit hidden behind leaves. Search for tracks in the dirt. Search for the sound of something moving that might be food or might be the thing that eats you. Searching kept them alive. Standing still did not. So evolution did something clever. It didn't just make searching necessary. It made searching feel good. In the 1930s, a psychologist named B.F. Skinner ran an experiment that quietly explains almost everything about your phone. He put pigeons in a box with a lever. Press the lever, get a food pellet. Simple enough. But then he changed the rule. Instead of a pellet every time, the pigeons got one at random, sometimes after one press, sometimes after 20. You'd expect the pigeons to lose interest. They didn't. They pressed harder, faster, longer. Uncertainty didn't kill their motivation. It supercharged it. Skinner called this a variable reward schedule. And it turns out it doesn't just work on pigeons. It works on you. Every time you refresh a feed, you are pulling that same lever. Sometimes there's nothing. Sometimes there's a message that makes your whole day. You never know which one it'll be. And that not knowing is the entire trick. But the lever alone doesn't explain the itch. For that, you need to go inside the brain itself. In the 1990s, a neuroscientist named Jaak Panksepp identified a system buried deep in the brain that he called the seeking system. Not the wanting a specific thing system, not the getting what you want system, just seeking. Pure appetite for more information about the world. Stimulate that circuit in an animal, and it doesn't look satisfied. It looks curious. It moves toward things. It investigates. It wants to know what's next before it even knows why. You have that same circuit. It didn't evolve for social media. It evolved so your ancestors would keep exploring the next ridge, the next riverbank, the next unfamiliar sound. The ones who stopped seeking stopped surviving. The ones who kept seeking found the fruit tree nobody else had found yet. Now here's where it gets stranger. You might assume this system rewards you once you find something good. A funny video, a flattering comment. The good part, right? Actually, no. A researcher named Kent Berridge spent decades studying the difference between wanting and liking in the brain, and he found they are not the same system at all. Dopamine, it turns out, isn't the reward chemical. It's the anticipation chemical. It fires before the good thing arrives, not after. It fires at the promise of something, not the having of it, which means the phone in your hand isn't giving you satisfaction. It's giving you the itch that satisfaction is coming. And an itch, unlike satisfaction, never actually finishes. So you scroll again. Think about what that means for a moment. Your ancestors' seeking circuit was built around a landscape with edges. A forest has a boundary. A hunting territory has a horizon. Eventually, you run out of ground to search, and the seeking has to stop, at least for the day. Your phone has no edges. The feed never ends. There is always one more post, one more video, one more possible reward hiding just past the one you're looking at now. You have installed an ancient, tireless searching instinct into an environment with no bottom. Of course, it doesn't feel like enough. It was never built to be told enough in the first place. Is this your fault? Not really. Your brain is doing exactly what it was shaped to do for millions of years. What's changed isn't you. It's the size of the forest. There's something else your ancestors had that you might be missing, and it isn't obvious at first. Their searching had a cost. Walking further meant burning calories you might not get back. Investigating a strange noise meant real risk. The seeking system was balanced against fatigue, hunger, danger, and eventually darkness, because nobody was foraging at midnight in the open savanna. Your scrolling has almost none of that friction, no calories burned, no danger, no darkness to force you to stop. The one thing that used to put a natural ceiling on seeking behavior, the physical cost of it, has been engineered almost completely out of the experience. You can seek at 2 a.m., lying down using less energy than it takes to fall asleep, so the ancient system fires exactly as it should, and nothing in the modern environment tells it to stop. This is not a story about willpower. You're not weak for reaching for your phone 40 times a day. You're running software that was optimized over an almost unimaginable stretch of time to notice movement, chase novelty, and never quite feel finished. That software was brilliant for a species trying to survive in an unpredictable forest. It is far less brilliant for a species holding a device specifically engineered, often by people who understand Skinner and Panksepp and Berridge better than you do, to trigger it on purpose. Here's a question worth sitting with. What would it feel like to seek something with an edge again? A book that ends, a conversation that has a natural close, a walk that reaches an actual destination, something your ancient seeking circuit can complete instead of something built specifically so it never can. You don't have to delete the apps. You don't have to swear off the modern world, but it helps genuinely to know what's happening when your hand moves toward the phone before your mind has even asked it to. That's not a flaw in you. That's 2 million years of forest still running quietly underneath a screen it was never designed for. You pick up your phone. This time, maybe you notice the reach before you make it. And in that half second between the urge and the unlock, something your ancestors never got to have finally shows up. A choice.